Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
All fans, coaches, and players.
Good afternoon and Roll Tribe, ICC fans, and welcome to the season opener between ICC and Wallace State. We do want to welcome those that were tuned in for today's field naming ceremony, and Adam Gore, Michael Upton here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. And Michael, what a great day to celebrate a legend here at ICC.
Exactly, Adam. A very exciting day. So much going on here on campus. But to take the time to be able to honor Coach Kurt for all he meant to this program and where he put it is a testament to him.
Well, let's take you to the field for today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups, as we'll take you now for Wallace.
Number 14, Kalen Jones. Batting second, number 2, Tanaja Thomas. Batting third, number 11, Brandy Phillips. Batting fourth, number 15, Charlie Kaiser. Batting fifth, number 23, Brooklyn Sertel. Batting sixth, number 5, Leah Graves. Batting seventh, number 4, Lexi Kelly. Batting eighth, number 6, Ava Smith. Batting ninth, number 12, Ashlyn Burns. And in your flex position, your pitcher, Madeline Howard. And now for your Indians lineup. Leading golf, playing shortstop, number 20, Ella Duhan. Batting second, playing center field, number 11, Lakeland Nichols. Batting third, behind the plate, number 13, Maddie Porter. Batting fourth, in your DP position, number 19, A.B. Marler. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 17, Lauren Brown. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 18, Taylor Shands. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 5, Houston Ray Grantham. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 10, Taylor Graham. Batting ninth, playing right field, number 1, Jory McKnight. And your pitcher in the circle, number 7, Alyssa Cliff. Led by head coach Carson Owens, assisted by Madison Munson. And now for the national anthem, please rise.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Try Little Caesar's Stuffed Crazy Crust. Everyone loves it, including Justin Jefferson and all his friends.
Stuffed crust? Buttery garlic spread?
That looks mighty delicious, Justin. It sure does, Mr. Pumpernickel. And at $9.49, it's the lowest price in stuffed crust, with no strings attached. No strings attached? You want a piece of me?
No, Mr. Pumpernickel. Justin, run.
Order delicious stuffed Crazy Crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're just moments away from the Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here. Game 1 between ICC and Wallace State. We've got a lot of ties back and forth between these programs we'll talk about throughout the afternoon, as it's going to be Alyssa Clift to start us off in the circle here for the Indians. And batting will be the second baseman Jones for Wallace. Waiting the Guaranteed Bank opening pitch, and it's going to be high for a ball. Comes your way at 12:58. That's a 12:58 Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in Game 1 from Fulton. Adam Gore, Michael Upton here in the ICC Alumni Association Foundation broadcast booth here on a special day at Itawamba Community College. As that pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 now is the count. Michael, naming the field after Coach Andy Kirk, a legendary coach here. A lot of his former players making the trip down, some even all the way from Chattanooga.
A lot of family, a lot of players, 8 former coaches that have worked with him here. It was a great turnout today.
That pitch in there for strike 2 as Alyssa Clift quickly ahead in the count here on Jones. Wallace comes in with a record of 2-0. ICC, this is their first game of the year. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch here. It's going to be fouled off and out of play. Well, Michael, we talked about all the storylines coming into today's game. Also, new field, new press box, new grandstands, new locker rooms, new.
New coaching staff, new name on the field. It's a lot of newness today, but a lot of new players on the field for Itawamba, so a lot to be celebrating today.
1-2 pitch is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, scooped up and in time for the out. 4-3 on the putout for those of you scoring at home, as that was Brown coming up and making the play for the Indians. Well, you know, a young team, first game of the year, huge crowd here in front of them. Those nerves are going to get to you. Good job there by Lauren staying in front of it and getting the out.
Exactly. I know Coach Owens has done a good job of scouting Wallace because they have played 2 games already, knows what to be prepared for. You see the infield in and ready to get these early batters.
This is Thomas at the plate now. She'll stand in, takes that first pitch high for a ball. There's one out, nobody on here in the top of the first. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon between ICC and Wallace State. We do welcome those that are watching in support of the Indians this afternoon, but also want to welcome those that are watching in support of the Lions of Wallace State. That pitch in there for a strike evens things up now at 1-1.
Thomas comes in leading the Lions with 3 hits so far on the year, batting .429, and also has a run scored.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out is the situation. Infield is still in here for the Indians. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, working that low outside corner, got it to chase one there.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the situation. Clift in the circle here for ICC. Awaiting the pitch here from Clift. That pitch drifts up high. Not a bad spot to miss. Couldn't get her to chase one there. And 2-2 stays the count. Michael, I'm looking over the crowd. So many familiar faces. Brother Chris Burrows just came in and gave us a pat on the back, and appreciate him and all that he's done in the past for that college, the ICC BSU, and a good friend of the program.
Indeed. He spent a long time here with the softball program doing PA work.
That's a swinging strike 3, the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the season, belonging to Alyssa Clift. And now there is 2 outs here in the inning. I invite you to stay tuned between the innings. We'll take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for both squads. So with 2 away and no out, Clift getting set to deliver the pitch here. This is Phillips, the shortstop at the plate. That one paints the corner for a strike.
Phillips comes in 1 for 6 and a run scored in the 2 games that Wallace has already played so far.
So 0-1 is the count. That one just missing outside. Looked like a carbon copy of the last pitch, maybe drifting a little bit too high for the umpire's liking.
Indeed, you see Porter kind of turn around asking, what was wrong with that one? Where were we off? So just trying to check, kind of dial in on this umpire early on.
Awaiting the 1-1 pitch here. That one right back at it. This time finds the zone. 1-2 now is the count. Boy, it'd be a big time here to start the season with back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts. See if Cliff can go after the batter here. Phillips, she's going to have to choke up and protect the plate here. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Big time start to the season there for the Indians. Coach Owens firing up off the bench, beating Alyssa and the rest of the girls that are coming off the field there. As we said, we'll talk about today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. And let's go ahead and start with the visiting Wallace State.
Of course, leading off, you just saw leading off was Kaylin Jones, the second baseman, number 14. She was followed by Tanaya Thomas, the center fielder, number 2. And just striking out there was Brandy Phillips, the shortstop, number 11. Coming up at the top of the second for Wallace will be Charlie Kreiser, the first baseman. She'll be followed by Brooklyn Sertel, the catcher. And then it'll be Leah Graves, the third baseman. Batting 7th is going to be Lexi Kelly, the right fielder. She'll be followed by Ava Smith, the designated player in this game. And batting 9th will be Ashlyn Burns, the left fielder. The pitcher for Wallace is going to be Madeline Howard, so she is in the flex position.
That is your starting lineup there for the Wallace Lions. As we mentioned, they come in with a 2-0 record. ICC, their first game of the season, so no record there. ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination, and Coach Owens hopes he's got the winning combination here in Game 1. And let's go ahead and look at the lineup here for the Indians.
All right, leading off today for your ICC Indians is going to be number 20, Ella Duhan, the shortstop. Batting second will be number 11, Lakin Nichols in center field. In the 3-hole will be number 13, Maddie Porter, who's catching today's game for ICC. Batting cleanup is the DP, A.B. Marler. Batting fifth is going to be the second baseman, number 17, Lauren Brown. Batting sixth will be the third baseman, number 18, Taylor Shands. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 5, H.R. Grantham. Batting 8th, left fielder, number 10, Taylor Graham. And batting 9th, right fielder, number 1, Jory McKnight. And as you saw there with 2 strikeouts to start the game, your pitcher in the flex position for ICC, Alyssa Clift.
And that is your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups here for both teams here in Game 1. So this is going to be Duhan, the shortstop, to lead things off here for ICC. Remind you, if you're watching, if you've got my cell phone number, hit me up. Normally the people that are hitting me up on text are here. I jokingly told a couple of the girls that I got a chance to talk to before having to get ready for the game today. I was like, I may be more excited about this than Coach Kirk is right now. This big family reunion this afternoon.
I know so many of you guys that have worked with these athletes for so long. Excited to see them come back. I was in the bookstore earlier, and Lee Adams was getting to visit with former players and their family members that he's known for a long time, and it has been a great reunion today.
3-0 is the count here to Duhan, the shortstop. Feel like the red light will be on here. It was. It's in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. See Daniel Rowland, former volunteer assistant coach. He's got his hands full today with his 2 girls out here with him. As this pitch fouled back, 3-2 now is the count here to Duhan. See also former assistant coach under Coach Kirk, Haley Thompson, making her way out to the ballpark. Got her family here as well. So waiting the 3-2 offering here, and that's going to be a ball. Nice at bat there by Duhan. Took the strike, fouled one off, and then good eye there to take that pitch high and outside. And so now this will bring up Lakeland Nichols, the center fielder, with a runner on first and no outs.
Yeah, Coach Owens really spoke highly of Duhan in that leadoff position. Says she has one of the best eyes on the team. She's really going to be able to discern what the pitch is and be able to get a base runner on early.
Nichols pops this one up. It's going to come off the netting, and so that will go for strike one. So we're in the bottom of the first. There's no outs. 0-1 is the count here on Lakeland. The Dawson family made the road trip down here all the way from Chattanooga. They messaged me yesterday, let me know they were coming, and they were like, don't tell Coach Kirk. We want it to be a surprise, as that bunt fouled back, and 0-2 now is the count. Former multiple-time All-American Alex Brown in the house this afternoon as well. And I tell you, I need to stop here in a minute because I can just keep going, and we'll fill up the entire broadcast of just who's here today.
Oh, that's a great problem to have, Adam.
So 0-2 now is the count. Good eye there on the part of Nichols as that pitch missing high and outside. 1-2 now is the count here on the center fielder, Lakeland.
Yeah, good job by Howard. They're trying to get her to chase with the 2 strikes, but good eye on Nichols.
And then that time did get her to chase one on the outside of the part of the plate. Good pitch there after going high on the last couple. And so that'll be a Renaissance Bank strikeout for Howard, her first of the game. Runners unable to advance in that situation, so a runner on first. And this will be the catcher, Maddie Porter, coming to the plate here for the Indians.
Yeah, the coaching staff's very high on her. She's going to catch and play shortstop this year. They said a lot of leadership throughout the fall, and really excited for what she's going to bring to this team.
That first pitch missing for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Porter. 1 out and a runner on first here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Runner goes. Throw down is not in time. If she stayed on the base, she did. And that's going to be a stolen base for Duhan.
Coach Owen said they will be fast and they will be aggressive on the base pass, and there you see it already in the first inning.
And so runners with the stolen base now moves into scoring position. RBI opportunity here for Porter if she can get something down to the gap. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count.
Just caught that inside corner just enough.
Marlar on deck. She is the DP here for the Indians in game 1. Working with a 1-2 count and a runner on second. That pitch runs inside. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. That is the situation right here in the bottom of the first. ICC with the runner at second, trying to scratch across the first run of the season. And a pitch at the knees, got it just enough. And that's going to be back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts, clutch strikeouts there by Howard. And so now Wallace trying to find their way out of this jam here with 2 outs and a runner on second. And now this will be Marlar coming to the plate. So Marlar, who is the DP, will dig in here. Looks at that first pitch, it's missing low for a ball.
Marlar's a freshman out of Kossuth and hitting in this 4-hole, has a lot of power. I think Coach said she had several home runs during fall balls.
That pitch runs inside. 2-0 now is the count here to Marlar.
So if Howard were to make a mistake and leave one in the zone, she could easily make this a 2-0 game.
So 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. Runner at second. Shot up the middle. Second baseman gloves it, throws it over in time, and that'll be the inning there. We've played 1 here in Fulton. There's no score. ICC leaves the runner stranded in scoring position. We'll take a break and be back with the top of the second right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
It's the Fast Break Sports Show that starts your day. Mississippi Sports Today, Tuesday through Friday at 9. And if you don't catch it at 9, the MST podcast is on wherever you listen, with a team of hosts like no other.
For the folks that are listening, I mean, yeah, there is egg salad, but Drew is bringing like a refrigerated, like a pack. So
it's going to be refrigerated.
Egg salad, 24-hour egg salad. We're dropping like flies.
Join Craig and the guys for Mississippi Sports Today on Super Talk 1019.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here.
There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
Welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the second inning. No score between ICC and Wallace. The Indians got a runner on second, but couldn't get anything going there as back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts and then a ground out to second ended the threat for the Indians. ICC also got a 3-up, 3-down inning in the top half of the first after a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts on that one, and that's going to hit her.
Yeah, right square on top of the hair there.
That one kind of ran inside just a little bit, bounced off the top of the helmet, and that's why you wear the helmets.
Indeed. We've seen far too many of the accidents to not have players wearing the safety equipment.
That was Kaiser, the first baseman, that got hit by the pitch. This will bring up Sertel, the catcher, here for Wallace.
Sertel's batting .500 on the year, 3 hits and 6 at-bats, a double, a triple, and a home run with 2 RBI.
That pitch missing low in the zone for a ball. 1-0 is the count. She's batting in that 5 spot, so one of those dangerous batters that kind of you can hide in the lineup, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I think they hide her there to put some speedy people to get on base in front of her and see what damage she can do.
1-0 pitch. That one drifts high. 2-0 now is the count here. Porter wants to come out and talk to her pitcher here, maybe just settle her down a little bit, kind of get her to catch her breath after hitting the batter. Runner at first, no outs. We're in the top of the second. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon here. Busy day on campus. We're also hosting the District 4A tournament at the DEC over the next 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that's exciting. That brings a lot of folks from all over the community into our campus.
As that pitch high now, 3-0 is the count. So Cliff going to have to take a moment, gather herself here, and get ready to go back on the attack. This is a 3-0 count. You feel like Sertel will be taking the whole way here.
I would assume so.
Pitch on its way, and that one in there for a strike. I had to wait a second as it was a little low, and umpire eventually came up and made the call.
And he's been a little speedier on his calls than that one.
So 3-1 now is the count on Sertel. Runner at first with no outs. That one blistered down the line, but it's going to go foul.
Great reaction speed by one Raphael to not get caught by that one. He steps just out of the way behind the safety barrier.
And so 3-2 now is the count. Nice job by Cliff to come back and force the count to go full here. She's got 2 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the afternoon. Let's see if she can find her third here. Instead, that pitch low and outside for a ball. And that'll be her first walk of the afternoon. So hit by pitch and then a walk. Good start to the inning here for Wallace.
Yeah, could lead to trouble. Hopefully ICC can get something down on the ground, get a double play here.
This is Graves, the third baseman, coming to the plate.
Graves is 1 for 5 on the year, that one hit being a double. She's scored 2 and walked twice as well.
So Cliff now getting set to deliver. And she shows bunt, pulls back on it, and that'll be ball 1. So Cliff running in a little bit of a hiccup right here. Struggling to find the zone after a quick 3-up, 3-down inning in the top half of the first. So looking to kind of rebound here and put one in play and rely on your defense. Shows bunt, and that one's going to be outside for a ball.
Once again, that ICC defense crashing in, expecting that bunt. Everyone getting ready to cover the bases and play their positions.
Yeah, Clift asking the umpire where that one was. She thought it was pretty good there, but it was a little outside for his liking. 2-0 now is the count. Bunt is laid down, but it's going to go foul. And so now 2-1.
It's a little bit early in the game, but I will say that outside corner to the right-handed batters, he's not been 100% consistent there. So you can get why Clift wants to know, why am I getting it sometimes and not others?
So now 2-1 is the count. Still no outs. Runners at first and second here for Wallace. Indians had a runner left stranded at second in the bottom of the first. Bunt laid down this time. It's a good one. Only one play, and it's going to be over to first. And that's a sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They meet Monday nights at 7:07. Runners successfully advance. That's 2-4 officially on the putout there. As the first baseman was coming in charging, second baseman covered first. So with one out now in the inning, runners at second and third. This will be Kelly, the right fielder, coming to the plate. Opportune time here for Wallace to see if they can strike first. That pitch in there for a strike. Nice job by Cliff to come back in a little bit more and adjust to find the zone.
Yeah, he's right there on top of where he is going to give that call.
So 0-1 is the count. And this one fouled back and quickly heading the count now. 0-2 is Cliff to Kelly.
Good for Cliff. Now being ahead, she can try to work where she wants to, get this important second out.
Runners at second and third here as Wallace started the inning with a hit by pitch and then a walk. Cliff trying to pitch her way around some trouble here. 0-2 pitch coming from Clift. Swing and a miss for strike three.
Good, got that off speed, kind of a little bit of a rise to that one, and she was looking fastball and I think caught her offhand.
Third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Cliff. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out more by visiting renaissancebank.com. See former assistant coach Laura Enlow here in the house. Is that pitch in there for a strike? So now with two outs in the inning, this is Smith, the DP, at the plate, batting in that 8 spot.
A lot of our students out today. See some volleyball players. I saw some baseball players earlier as well.
Ooh. That pitch looked to be a little up, but ICC will take that every time as it's now 0-2. The count here on Smith. Yeah, some of the Wallace fans chirping after that one, rightfully so. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. That is the situation here with runners on second and third for the Lions. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Coach Owens is pumped. Look at him jump off the ground there like that.
Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout to get out of the inning with no damage done. That's the 4th of the game there for Clift. We're going to take a timeout, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Enjoy.
Stuffed crust, buttery garlic spread. Little Caesars really stepped it up with their stuffed crazy crust.
They really jazzed it up. Yeah!
They
really plus this crust up?
They really dolled it up.
Everyone out my house. How did y'all even get in here?
The housekeeper gave me a key.
Order stuffed Crazy Crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we move to the bottom of the second inning, no score here. And this is going to be Brown, Shands, and Grantham. The 5, 6, 7 batters due up here for the Indians. Brown playing second base. As that pitch in there for a strike evens things up now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Actually, scoreboard showing 2-0. We'll see what he calls that one there. And I've got it as 2-1 now. We'll see if he'll correct himself.
He's not showing any. Oh,
there he goes.
There you go, 2-1.
So it is 2-1.
And the scoreboard is being corrected. They felt you talking about that.
That is Brown pops that one, but foul. So that evened the count now at 2-2. Well, I tell you what, I'd love to be fly on the wall over there as Coach Andy Kirk and Coach Jody Long, the current head coach, and 2 very long-time friends chatting up over there on the side. No telling the stories they could tell between those 2.
Yeah, I saw him up here a little while earlier before the game started, and I knew that they'd have a good visit today.
Yeah, I appreciate Jody coming by and speaking. I know a lot of people think ICC, Northeast, we hate each other, but I'll tell you this, Jody, there's going to be a day like today that he's going to earn over at Northeast, and it's going to be well received as that pitch inside for a ball because he's just one of the good guys. So the count now goes full at 3-2 here on Brown, the second baseman. This one ripped, and it's going to be down for a base hit. And it's going to go for extra bases. Are they going to try for 3? No, they're going to hold her up at 2.
Adam, she saw that pitch, got out ahead of it, and was able just to turn it down that line all the way to the fence.
The first hit of the season is a double brought to you by Little Caesars here in Fulton. And that was a clutch hit there off the bat of Brown. And now ICC for the second time today with the runner in scoring position with no outs. So this is going to bring Shands, the third baseman, to the plate. And she's going to take that first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Having to get used to a lot of new names, a lot of young players on this team, Michael.
Yeah, a lot of freshmen. We don't bring a lot of, I believe, we brought a total of 11 at-bats back from last year. So Shands, a freshman from Jackson, Tennessee.
She's going to foul that, or kind of get that one off her hands, but it does advance the runner. Nearly dropped over there at first base. 4-3 on the putout of Shands, but it was an effective putout as it almost works like a sacrifice bunt as the runner able to move over to third now with 1 out, and this is going to be the first baseman, Grantham, coming to the plate. And an opportunity here for the Indians to break open this scoreless contest. Grantham swings on the first pitch she sees, pops that one straight back and out of play for strike 1.
Grantham, another one of those freshmen. Going to play a variety of infield positions for the Indians at first today. From Flora, Mississippi.
0-1 is the count after that foul ball. Runner at third with 1 out. Change up that hangs up. Evens up the count now at 1-1. We talked about some of the storylines of the game. Coach Owens, well, he went to school and coached at Wallace.
Yeah, he's got all the connections there.
And so that pitch up high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. So, it might make, if he can get that first win of his career here at ICC, a little extra special.
Yeah, we set in the schedule for the spring. I'm sure he picks that on purpose. And I want to have that matchup to get my ICC career started.
2-1, and they're going to say she checked her swing. Really nobody to appeal to with the
correct
umpire with a 2-man crew over at shortstop. So 3-1 now is the count here on Grantham.
She should see a good pitch to swing at, hopefully.
So Howard getting set to deliver this 3-1 offering for Wallace. And leaves it outside for a ball. Second walk of the game for Brown. Now ICC with runners on the corners. And this is going to be Taylor Graham coming to the plate. So Graham will dig in with ICC with runners on the corners.
Graham, the sophomore, is a reverse transfer. She played at Grambling State last year, now with us at ICC, originally from Germantown, Tennessee. I believe Germantown High School is where she played.
And so she will dig in with runners on the corners here for the Indians. Swings on the first pitch she sees, fouls it back off the netting. Strike one.
Continue to see faculty and staff and fans coming out.
Runner goes, and they're going to pump fake the throw. And so now ICC in a really good position here with runners on second and third with one out. You've got Graham at the plate with a 1-1 count. Graham tries to slap bunt it. It's fouled off, and 1-2 now is the count. We're just going to try to a little bit of a squeeze play there.
I think so, but Howard wisely having that ball up in the zone just made it really difficult for her to get a good contact on that.
So 1-2 now is the count. One out. Runners at second and third here for the Indians. Scoreless contest in the bottom of the second. This one's hit up the middle. This should score two.
Yeah.
Great at bat there by Graham, and ICC takes a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, right up the middle there. Center fielder oddly throws for home when there's really no chance of catching the second runner and allows Graham to advance to second on the throw.
So that will be a single. As you said, advances on the throw, but does get a pair of RBI as ICC up in this one 2-0. And now this will be McKnight, the number 9 batter coming to the plate. That pitch in the inside corner for a strike. Kind of heard a few moans out of the ICC faithful there. So the Indians with 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 walk, and currently a runner at second with only 1 out. McKnight pops this one back out of play, and 0-2 now is the count.
McKnight, the sophomore from Pontotoc, was on the team last year. Didn't get any plate appearances, but she did get into as pinch runner quite a bit last year. Her speed is impressive.
So waiting the 0-2 offering here to McKnight. Just pops this one up. Could be trouble. Shortstop makes a great ranging play to get out and get that one. If she don't make the play, then there's trouble brewing on that one. But a great play out there at short by Phillips. Runner had to go back to second, and now there's 2 outs in the inning. We go back to the top of the lineup, and this is going to be Duhan. She walked, stole the base, but was left stranded in her only appearance so far in the contest. Listen to that first pitch at the knees for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here to Duhan. Runner at second is Graham. She's got a lot of speed, so anything that gets by or maybe into the outfield as she got a huge lead there. The catcher just walked her back. Smart play there because she throws. She's got enough speed to get to third.
Yeah, she
just walk her back.
Yeah, catcher runs the risk of being slightly off, and she gets third or maybe worse if it goes in the outfield.
So now the count evens up at 1-1 here. Falls off the table a bit too soon. 2-1 now is the count on Duhan. Have to learn these players and where they're from. That's Duhan out of Madison, Mississippi. Fouls this one off and out of play, and we'll go to 2-2 now.
Played at the other Germantown High School, the Mississippi one, not the Memphis one that Graham played at.
This is the first 2 games of the season for the Indians. They'll hit the road and head down to Panama City for a weekend. It's shot down the line. That's going to score another run. Absolutely blistered there. That's going to be a double for Duhan.
Yes, just got a hold of that one and turned it down that line.
Well, there was nothing that the third baseman could do there. Just throw your glove up and hope you catched it. But we're going to take a timeout as there's going to be a meeting in the circle here. ICC up 3-0. Runner at second. Back with more right after this.
Guaranteed Bank.
formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Enjoy.
Stuffed crust, buttery garlic spread. Little Caesars really stepped it up with their stuffed crazy crust.
They really jazzed it up. Yeah!
They really plussed this crust up. They really dolled it up.
Everyone out my house. How did y'all even get in here?
The housekeeper gave me a key.
Order stuffed crazy crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Welcome back as this is Lakin Nichols at the plate. Takes that first pitch for a strike while we were in a break. Howard stays in the circle here, and then Nichols very upset with herself. She chased one well outside the zone there. 0-2 now is the count.
Yeah, not what she was looking to do on that pitch.
So 0-2 is the count. 2 outs and a runner at second. Runners in motion, and they're not going to be able to throw it down. There's nobody covering the bag there. And Duhan with her second stolen base of the season.
Yeah, third baseman was way out of position. I don't think she's expecting a bunt with 2 outs or something, but she was not prepared to cover, and shortstop couldn't get there either.
So 1-2 now is the count here with 2 outs and a runner at third. Nichols just couldn't make up her mind on the changeup there and goes down looking at strike 3. But the Indians do score 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take a timeout. Come back with the top half of the third. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
"What's next?"
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Try Little Caesars stuffed crazy crust. Everyone loves it, including Justin Jefferson and all his friends.
Stuffed crust, buttery garlic spread.
That looks mighty delicious, Justin.
It sure does, Mr. Pumpernickel. And at $9.49, it's the lowest price in stuffed crust with no strings attached.
No strings attached? You want a piece of me?
No, Mr. Pumpernickel. Justin, run.
Order delicious stuffed crazy crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 ICC with the lead here as we move now to the top of the third inning. Michael, big inning there for ICC. Started off with a double by Brown. Then a walk to Grantham, and then a 2-run single by Graham. And she was scored on a RBI double by Duhan. That's your scoring update brought to you by Renaissance Bank, but that was the inning ICC was looking for.
Yeah, huge for ICC to get the early lead, be up 3-0. Takes a little pressure off of Cliff. She can, pitch without feeling quite as stressed, and ICC can really just play the game that Coach Owens wants them to play today.
So Cliff still in the circle here for the Indians. She has got 4 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day. That pitch is going to miss low for a ball.
This is Burns, the left fielder, batting in the 9th spot for Wallace. She is still looking for her first hit of the year.
1-0 pitch coming here from Clift. That one finds the corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. This is Burrs. She is the number 9 batter in the lineup, so we go 9-1-2 here in the top of the third. This one fouled off, just couldn't hold on to it that time, and now the count goes 1-2.
See Coach Kurt making his way through the stands, getting a chance to visit with so many of his former players and family and friends who've come out today.
He said he's going to try to come up and join us for game 2. I was like, well, if you get a chance to see everybody, as they're swinging strike 3. 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day and the 3rd straight there for Clift.
Right, she ended that second inning with back-to-back strikeouts, so nice roll going.
Wallace bringing a good crowd out. Not that bad of a trip from Wallace. to come out and enjoy a day today. Of course, you'd like for the sun to be out a little bit more, but cloudy, not too breezy this afternoon.
The honest truth is, have we ever had weather this nice for an opening day of softball?
Absolutely not. Not that I can remember.
We're usually bundled up with the windows closed and the heater on.
That pitch finds the corner for a strike. 0-1 now is the count. Yeah, we're usually bundled up and also not in a nice facility like we are right now.
We are grateful. Last year, we spent about 80% of the year in a temporary setup, which we were grateful for our staff that had that set up for us, and got the last couple games up in this facility that wasn't quite ready, but it kept us out of some rain situations. So wonderful facility that the college has built to support our softball and our tennis programs.
Of course, tennis will be in action Thursday, weather permitting, as they'll host Blue Mountain. I believe it'll start at 2 o'clock, so want to come out and watch some tennis.
Speaking of tennis, there's Knox Water, one of our sophomore tennis players.
Line driving, a diving catch out there in left field.
Great play by Graham just to lay out for that one.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Sports Center-like catch right there.
What a play Wednesday if I had a guess.
Absolutely.
A definite nominee.
So a diving catch out there for the second out of the inning. And so now with 2 away, this will bring up Thomas to the plate. She struck out swinging. And her only at bat so far. Pops this one up, and it's going to go to the shortstop. She'll make the play in a quick 3-up, 3-down inning there for the Lions. ICC wanting to get the bats back to the plate, see if they can build on this 3-0 lead. We'll take a break here, a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents, not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a maestro of the clarinet, a famous speed solver,
piece of cake,
a noted cheese connoisseur,
Limburger.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, whoever picked the playlist today had to be born in the 80s.
Way before these players were born.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know if they know this song, but if they do, I'm impressed. 3-0 is the score here in favor of ICC after that 3-run bottom of the second. And for ICC now, it's going to be Porter, Marlar, and Brown scheduled up here. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball.
Got by Porter to watch that one. She struck out swinging back in the first inning.
So 1-0 is the count here. Kind of jams her here. It's going to be a pop-up to the shortstop and 2 pitches and an out. Nice job there by Howard to come back after giving up that 3 runs to get the quick out here to start the bottom of the third. So this will be Marlar coming to the plate. She kind of got jammed in her last at-bat and dribbled out to the second baseman. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. This is that first pitch inside, missing for a ball.
Looks like Wallace does have number 6, Ava Smith, a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Just in case Howard finds herself in any further trouble in this inning, they may be prepared to go to the relief pitcher.
That pitch inside but low for ball 2. 2-0 now is the count here on the DP Marlar. So 2-0 is the count. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third inning. That one, wow. Again, we talked about it. Yeah.
I thought it was right down the line for vantage point. But
that outside right side has just been consistently inconsistent so far. And good job of coming back in, finding the zone there on the 3-0 count. 3-1 now is going to be the count here to Marlar. So 3-1 pitch coming up here from Howard. And loses her. That's going to be a one-out walk to Marlar.
Number 17, Lauren Brown.
And now this will bring Lauren Brown to the plate. Brown got things going for the Indians in the second. She led things off with a double. And, Michael, it was a hard-hit double for the first hit of the year.
Indeed it was. ICC is going to bring a pinch runner in. This is going to be number 8, Morgan Green, freshman from Hickory Flat, who will run for Marlar.
I like Morgan. I've talked to her a few times this year. She knows a buddy of mine that coaches out there. And I told her, I was like, anytime you need some stories on him, you let me know. And as soon as I say his name, like his name slips in my head now. He's the basketball coach out of Hickory Flat, played at Ingomar.
Yeah, ICC would love to see Brown get another shot. She turned that one down that right field line for that double.
That pitch in there for a strike. So Brown, the second baseman, at the plate right now. Indians up 3-0. Green taking the place of Marlar. There's going to be, is that a line drive? And it is.
I thought it hit the.
So they're going to call that a Little Caesars double play. And Coach Munson.
I thought it hit the ground.
Kind of standing around. She might have thought the same, but what a break there, as that was a unassisted.
Three unassisted
double play there. And a big-time play for Wallace State to get out of the inning with no damage done. We'll take a break as we play 3 here in Fulton. 3-0 ICC with the lead. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
It's the Fast Break Sports Show that starts your day. Mississippi Sports Today, Tuesday through Friday at 9. And if you don't catch it at 9, the MST podcast is on wherever you listen, with a team of hosts like no other.
For the folks that are listening, I mean, yeah, there is egg salad, but Drew is bringing like a refrigerated, like a pack. So
it's going to be refrigerated.
Egg salad,
yeah.
24-hour egg salad.
Yeah.
We're dropping like flies.
Join Craig and the guys for Mississippi Sports Today on Super Talk 1019.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to start the top of the 4th inning here. Adam Gore, Michael Upton in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. This pitch popped back into the party zone, but over the top of the area where everybody's joined today to congratulate Coach Andy Kirk on having the field named after him this morning, or this afternoon, I should say.
Dr. Allen, like he might want to stretch out for that one, then he thought better of it.
You just heard that radio commercial for Craig Horton's Mississippi Sports Talk Today. Well, they'll be on campus tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the Davis Event Center, part of National Signing Day for football. If you'd like to come by and meet Craig and the rest of the crew, maybe even ask some questions, be part of the show, we invite you to come out. It'll be a big day there for National Signing Day for football. There's going to be a liner, and it's going to be just over the head of the shortstop. And so that will be the first hit of the day for Wallace as it comes here in the top of the 4th.
Number 15, Charlie Kaiser.
So now this will be Kaiser coming to the plate. She was hit by a pitch, and her only at bat today, so no official at bat so far in the contest. 3-0 ICC with the lead after a 3-run second. Wallace trying to get something going here after their first hit of the afternoon. That pitch missing outside, maybe a pitch out to see if the runner might be in motion there.
Not a bad idea. Kaiser ended up at third in that second inning, but was stranded there, so unable to score.
So 1-0 is the count here to Kaiser. Looks at that pitch. It's missing outside. 2-0 now is the count. So we mentioned first games of the season here for ICC. Wallace comes in with a record of 2-0 on the season. This pitch can be fouled back off the netting. 2-1 now is the count.
Jammed her up inside. A little motion on that.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, no out. You got a runner over at first. That's Phillips, who snuck a single over the head of the shortstop out there in left field. So waiting the 2-1 offering here. And that one outside. Oh, Cliff going for it, just can't quite get the respect of the home plate umpire to give her that edge.
Yeah, again, we're finding the outside corner now that we've switched sides of the plates. It's the same that she's had with the right-handed batters.
That's one thing, you just keep working and hope you can eventually show the umpire, like, hey, I'm consistently throwing this ball here. Give it to me. As this ball popped up. Trouble here. Shortstop's going over in foul territory, making the play. Heads up base running, though, as she waited back and was able to advance on the play there. So that would be a fly ball by Kaiser. Put out by the shortstop, but the runner does advance on the play. So with 1 out now, this will be Sertel, who walked in her only at bat so far today. Runner at second. Second time today that they've had a runner at second. Matter of fact, they had runners at second and third back in the second inning. Just couldn't get anything going there. It's that pitch in there for a strike.
Well, Adam, you asked for some sunshine, and we'll make it
so it's starting to
brief
come out a
break
little bit.
in that cloud right there. You might get a little sun.
So 0-1 is the count. Here to Sertel. Hits this one hard. Center fielder's going to come up and make the play. Nice job out there by Nichols, showing off that speed. Able to go out there, take that one away, and now with 2 outs. And so this will bring Graves to the plate here. She had a sacrifice bunt. As the sun does start to come out here at the ballpark. Warm things up a little bit. It's a nice day for a light jacket. For those that get cold pretty easy. For those that have a little extra padding like I do, you don't need it.
All in all, a beautiful day in Fulton.
That pitch just a little low there from Clift as it skips across for a ball. As Coach is going to come out and talk to his pitcher here. Let's take a quick break here from Guarantee Bank and be back with more right after this.
Guarantee Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back as the meeting in the circle broken up there by the home plate umpire. No changes being made. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. You've got a runner at second for Wallace, and this is Graves at the plate. As we mentioned, a sacrifice bunt in her only plate appearance so far in the contest. That pitch in there for a strike. I think it's one of those that Coach Owens wanted to come out and check on his pitcher because she was kind of stumping, like just maybe her shoe come loose or something like that on the last pitch that dribbled across. But Cliff's tough. She's like, I got this, Coach. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Got her on that inside speed there, Adam.
Well, whatever Coach Owens said to Alyssa, he may want to write it down in case he needs to say it again, as those were 2 really good pitches to get ahead in the count now, 1-2. 1-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Alyssa. She's got 6 of those this afternoon. ICC leads it 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. But before we do that, we're going to hear a few words from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
"What's next?"
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Try Little Caesars stuffed crazy crust. Everyone loves it, including Justin Jefferson and all his friends.
Stuffed crust? Buttery garlic spread?
That looks mighty delicious, Justin.
It sure does, Mr. Pumpernickel. And at $9.49, it's the lowest price in stuffed crust with no strings attached.
No strings attached? You want a piece of me?
No, Mr. Pumpernickel. Justin, run.
Order delicious stuffed crazy crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 is the score here in favor of ICC. Opening day here in Fulton. Got Dr. Allen. Dr. Allen, we noticed the foul ball that just went over the backstop over here. You did not make a play for it.
You didn't see my vertical leap. I jumped. I jumped up. My vertical leap was just too short.
Okay. That's what I missed. I just didn't turn around quick enough.
Didn't look like I leaped.
Okay, got you.
As long as you make the effort, that's what counts.
Well, beautiful day. Beautiful day for opening day here in Fulton. We're going to welcome Dr. Allen to the broadcast here, and ICC up 3-0. This is going to be Shands leading us off. And Dr. Allen, first off, thanks for joining us. An absolute beautiful day for opening day here, and a very special day at the ballpark for ICC.
Absolutely, Adam. I tell you, what a great day for Coach Kirk, naming this field after him, his great winning record and history here at the college, and the impact he's made. And I love the fact that he still comes around, helps y'all with streaming and football games and a lot of other things, and he's very supportive. We're proud of that, excited for him and his family.
I tell you, I was joking with Coach Kirk. I saw so many familiar faces that I've been a part of over the 15 years here at the college, and I told Andy, I was like, you know what, I may enjoy this day a little bit more than you are.
Yes, absolutely. It's been great. We've got players that played for him all through the years. We've got parents that are here. We've even got some parents that their children didn't play for him that are here watching and supporting him. Sun's come out a little bit, so it's kind of odd to think you might get hot out there in February, but you will in that sun. So it's turned out to be a great day.
2-2 now is the count here to Shands. She grounded out to the second baseman in her only appearance so far. Pops this one up. Trouble. Left fielder, though, is going to have to show us some good speed and able to close in and get out number one. Well, we talk about that, but also opening day in the new, officially the new stadium here.
Absolutely.
Just talk about the stadium and what you feel like it can bring to the college.
Well, just looking at our crowd out here now, the fact that we can accommodate this size crowd and they've all got a seat, they've got places to stand up here on these party decks and visit and make some memories and connect. But then it's so much more of an enjoyable environment. And these party decks are going to be great. I was talking with Matt Stark, our BSU director, a while ago, and I said, man, I really think it'd be cool if BSU came up here and just hung out one game and had a great time. He said, well, absolutely, it'd be a lot of fun. I hope we're going to see that kind of use, and we've come a long way from those old portable stands.
Absolutely. And, of course, see over to our left, there's looks like some students.
Absolutely.
Taking advantage of the ones to the left. Now, the ones to the right is the one I'm more interested in. They're having the food today. For Coach Kirk. This one blasted to the right side, and right fielder, though, is going to make the play as she just gets it in foul territory. Sounded good off the bat there for Grantham. Just a nice play out there in right field to rob her of what could have been an extra base hit. But, a great crowd, great day to honor Coach Kirk. But tell us about the food. How's everything going over there?
Brandy did a great job in our office coordinating today's events and the food. She's, I believe, got, your typical ball game type food. There's corn dogs. There's walking tacos. Got some cotton candy bags over there as well. Pretzels with some cheese. So you got a lot of opportunity over there.
Well, Dr. Allen, appreciate you coming in, sitting in here with this inning. ICC couldn't get anything going. They went 3 up, 3 down, so we're going to run you out of here.
I'm getting out of here. I'm bad luck in here. I can't stand in here anymore. Thank y'all so much for what y'all do, streaming the games, and being able for our families, friends to stay current and watch these games while they can't get here is great.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Try Little Caesars Stuffed Crazy Crust. Everyone loves it, including Justin Jefferson and all his friends.
Stuffed crust? Buttery garlic spread?
That looks mighty delicious, Justin.
It sure does, Mr. Pumpernickel. And at $9.49, it's the lowest price in stuffed crust with no strings attached.
No strings attached? You want a piece of me?
No, Mr. Pumpernickel. Justin, run.
Order delicious stuffed Crazy Crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we head to the top of the fifth inning, ICC up in this one 3-0. Joined back now by Michael Upton here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth as that one fouled back off the netting for strike one. Find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu/foundation. That's iccms.edu/foundation. And Michael, you might know a little bit more about that. How can ICC help the softball team?
Well, we are grateful for all the donors that we have that support the softball team through our Indian Club, and that is the best way that you can, if you want to contribute financially to support these players, these coaches, and the success that they're going to have this year.
That ball fouled out of play for strike two. iccms.edu/Indian Club. You'll find the softball option there. Or if you're enjoying the broadcast enough, you can give to the sports information team.
We do have that option as well. We're blessed to have a great team, Adam and his team that put on all these broadcasts for every home sport and some away sports as well. And so we're grateful. There are folks out there that appreciate that and contribute as well. So we thank them.
0-2 now is the count here. This is Kelly. She struck out swinging in her only appearance so far in the contest. That pitch drifts a little high. Not a bad spot to miss. Couldn't get her to chase one there after chasing a high strikeout on the last one. 1-2 now is the count. Appreciate Dr. Allen coming in. I just said, hey, pick up a mic. He's a pro, man.
Oh, yeah. He's used to popping in and visiting with you at different sports, and he can handle it with ease.
1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three.
2 strikeouts on the day for Kelly.
That is the 7th
number 6
of the afternoon here for Alyssa Clift. And she's one of the few sophomores that are returning from last season, and she's picking up right where she left off as a freshman. 7 strikeouts through, 5 1/3 innings.
Correct. And back-to-back, one to end the 4th and one to lead off the 5th. Now she'll face the designated player, Smith, who also struck out swinging, ending the 2nd inning for Wallace.
That one fouled off for strike one. Again, we encourage you to visit letsgoicc.com. You can see the softball schedule, get some score updates, links to videos, links to photos. You can see those on iccImages.com. But if you're ever away from the broadcast and got Twitter, Cal Brown doing a great job of updating things there. Just follow us on your favorite social media platform at letsgoicc for updates throughout. And this time of year, there's going to be a lot of updates, folks.
It's one of those very busy weeks. You've had basketball, softball today, the naming ceremony, football signing day tomorrow, tennis Thursday, baseball Friday, softball Friday on the road, softball on Saturday on the road, baseball home Saturday.
And Friday.
That's everything. Oh, no, have I left anybody out? Is golf playing this week?
They're not. They're
all right,
getting,
that's
I think
the
they
only
start
thing
in
we're
2
missing.
weeks.
Okay.
Is that pitch missing low for a ball? 1-2 now is the count. The way you kept going, I'm more tired. No, I'm kidding. It's a fun time of year.
Sleep in May.
Yes. It's a fun time of year when you get to chase around so many great student athletes in these programs all across the Southeast. Let's see. Now it says 2-1 is the count. So I'm going to fix my count here. And no,
I think it was off. You were correct.
So that's going to be another strikeout there.
Ashlyn Burns.
Swing and a miss for the 8th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting renaissancebank.com. This will be Burrs, the left fielder, coming to the plate here.
She struck out swinging to lead off the 3rd inning and her only at bat so far today.
Swings on the first pitch she sees, fouled off the netting for strike one. This is the first of 2 games today. We'll have our Renaissance Bank post-game report coming your way at the conclusion of this one. And then we'll also take about a 20-minute break and then come back with game 2 here. This pitch fouled back, and it's off the netting. 0-2 now is the count. One thing I'm going to hope to do in between games is sneak some food off the buffet over there. I did not eat breakfast or lunch today. So
well, I got the big biscuit this morning, not
Okay.
knowing with all the festivities today what time you and I would get a chance to feast. But I did ask the wonderful folks at the Sodexo to try to save us a little before between the games.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Strikes out the side in the 5th.
9th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Clift. We're going to take a timeout. Come back with the bottom of the 5th. ICC leading it 3-0. Back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
AE drink spray? AE drink spray.
You want a hoop like Anthony Edwards? Practice. You want a refreshing drink? Obey your thirst. And I tried to tell him, man.
Oh, I know. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move now to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Number 1, Joy McKnight.
It'll be the 9-1-2 batters due up here for ICC. McKnight, Duhan, and Nichols. ICC leads it 3-0 after a 3-run second inning. And it's Alyssa Cliff that have kept the bats quiet for the most part of the day for Wallace State. She's only given up 1 hit, has walked 1, hit a batter, but has struck out 9 so far in the contest. This ball popped up. Center fielder is going to be able to camp underneath it for out number 1. Well, you know, we say that, but also Howard has done a good job, Michael. After getting roughed up a little bit there in the second, coach came in, southered her down a little bit. And you look at it.
Yeah, after that inning,
she's only given up 1 hit, or no hits. No hits since then.
She did walk Marler, but then the double play ended that problem.
Well, that one's going to head into the
food
area.
Oh, got a catch by a fan.
Nice. The Dawson family sitting over in that area. Don't know if that was former player Courtney and any of her family.
Don't know that gentleman. He's got a hat on. I don't recognize his face.
Is it the red and blue hat?
No.
Okay, I was going to say that. And this one's going to
come
come back.
coming into the.
But it's going to go over the top of us here.
It's going to roll off the back.
That could be. I need to figure out a way to get, when we have a crowd to our right over here during ball games, a party deck cameras to see if somebody can catch foul balls. This one's going to be popped up. That one's going.
Another opportunity.
Oh,
Eli
Chris,
just looks at that one.
Yeah, Eli let it go, but Brother Chris, you got to make the play.
Come on, Brother Chris Burrows.
He said he'll make the play next time. So 0-2 now is the count here. Duhan looks at that pitch just a little outside. 1-2 now is the count.
Duhan's been on base every time she's been up so far today. Walked in the first and later stole second, and then got a blistering double down the left field line. Later stole third, scored in the second inning.
That pitch high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count here on Duhan. So winning the 2-2 pitch here, Duhan pops this one up back, and it's going to get out of play. And 2-2 will stay the count here on Duhan. So there's one out, nobody on here as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-2 staying the count here on Duhan. And that pitch missing low for a ball. Good eye there. 3-2 now is the count. So waiting the 3-2 offering here from Howard. Duhan rips this one, and it's going to be trouble, but great play out there in left field.
She closed that ground quick.
That one thought was going to get down for extra bases, but what an outstanding play by the left fielder. We saw a diving catch earlier by Graham, but a good job out there by Burrs showing off her speed. Able to steal that one off a double that would have been down to the gap. A new batter coming in the game here for ICC. This is going to be Maddie McClendon coming into bat.
She's a sophomore from Brookhaven High School.
There's 2 outs now in the inning, and such a great play out there in left by Burrs. A lot of times you see kids just kind of check up and watch that one drop and try to relay it in, but she found an extra gear looking like a young Jim Ingram out there and tracking that one down.
Yeah, that's the speed he moved with in his football playing days. I've heard a lot of stories about his prowess on the gridiron.
McClendon getting her first bat of the season. And that pitch finding the zone, 0-2 now, is the count here on McClendon. If McClendon were to reach, it'll be Porter up next. Awaiting the 0-2 offering here. And that one just outside, and nice frame job by the catcher. I think if she's not set up as far outside, probably gets that call.
Possibly, but I'll also say that's the same spot that Clift has been working to get consistent on with the umpire. So
that pitch outside now, 2-2 is the count. Nice job by McClendon being patient to work the count even here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, ICC up in this one, 3-0. This little dribbler back to the pitcher, able to put the glove out, find it, and it'll be 1-3 on the putout of McClendon. 3 up, 3 down go the Indians there in the bottom of the 5th. We've played 5. We'll take a timeout and be back with more. ICC leading it 3-0 here on the ICC Sports Network.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I saw Alex, but I haven't heard from Greg today. Greg normally texts me when he's watching. Of course, Greg may be at work today. He's a hard-working fella, but Alex Brown, a multiple-time All-American here for Coach Andy Kirk, coming out today to support her former coach and liking what she sees so far. 3-0. ICC with the lead now as we move to the top of the 6th inning here in Game 1 against Wallace. And for Wallace, I believe we're back to the top of the lineup. 1, 2, 3 batters, Jones, Thomas, and Phillips.
Jones is 0 for 2.
And this one will be popped up, and a nice play over there at short. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what you like if you're Alyssa Clift.
Yeah, she's really rolling through here. She had 4 strikeouts in a row before that, but glad to let that defense help her out.
So this is going to be the center fielder, Thomas, coming to the plate here for Wallace. Again, we welcome those that are watching in favor of Wallace State this afternoon. We appreciate those that are tuning in here on the ICC Sports Network.
Thomas 0 for 2 on the day.
That pitch in there for a strike.
She struck out in the first and popped out to short in the 3rd inning.
Awaiting the 0-1 pitch here from Clift. There's a grounder. Third baseman finds it. Great snag, but the throw a little bit too tall. Then the runner's going to try to go to second, and the throw there will not be in time, so that'll be an E5 on the play, and it's one of those, the speed of Thomas really causes some issues there for the third baseman, and a learning, coaching experience with that being the first game of the year. Say, hey, deep breath, and then just chunk it over there.
Indeed, that's the first real play that she's had at her position today, so get those nerves out of the way, and she'll be fine after that.
So runner advances to second after the error. So now with one out and a runner at second, this is Phillips at the plate. Phillips has the only hit of the day for Wallace.
That single that led off the fourth. She put it just over the shortstop's head into left center. She later tagged up on a pop out and got to second, but was stranded there. That was going to get out into the ICC bullpen. Nobody can get there. 3 Indians rushing out to try to make that play.
Probably a good thing they didn't, because you got a lot of speed at second. You just want to let that one go and let it be a long strike there. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out and a runner at second. One pitch, that one high for a ball. Pump fake to second. Runner will trot back. 2-1 now is the count.
ICC does have Neely Hoodham up in the bullpen now. Stretching, getting loose.
So waiting the 2-1 offering here from Clift. That one drifts just a bit high. Porter's going to come up and just walk that one out and make the runner head back. So a nice at bat here for Phillips. 3-1 is the count. If you're Wallace right now, you just need runners on the bags to try to get back in this contest, trailing 3-0. You've got plenty of speed over there in Thomas, as she showed off in her last at bat, going to second on the throwing error. As this one popped up, back and out of play.
Back toward the pickleball courts.
Well, that's where you can find Dr. Case, I guarantee it. He is a pickleball guru.
Surprisingly how good he moves at his age.
Exactly. 3-2 now is the count. 1 out and a runner at second. Phillips at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Great job there to work out of that jam, especially with the runner on second. Get the second out and kind of put this inning into your control.
10th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Clift.
Just going to bring up Kaiser, the first baseman. She was hit by a pitch at her first at bat. Stranded at third. Later fouled out to the shortstop in the 4th inning.
That pitch going to get away, and the runner will be able to advance on the pass ball. Well, the good thing right now for ICC, you've got 2 outs in the inning. Yes, there's a runner at third, but you do have that 3-run lead, so you don't want her to come home, but if she does, not going to be just a terrible thing right now for ICC.
Indeed. With 2 outs, you really just focus on that batter and not have to worry too much about the runner.
1-0 is the count. Dribbler back up the middle off the glove of the pitcher, and it will go for a base hit there, as Kaiser will also get the RBI, but the run is unearned. So you don't get the RBI if it's an unearned run, correct?
Correct. Well, I think you do. It's just it doesn't count against the pitcher.
Gotcha. Well,
because she drove it in.
Yep.
It's not an RBI if you reach on an error.
Gotcha.
But she reached on a single, so I believe she gets the RBI.
Well, as always, our stats are unofficial. We'll get the official stats from the coach at the end of the day. But that was a big run there, because that's how you got to do it. You got to find a way to get on the board. A great job taking advantage of the error, and then the pass ball, and then just came up with a clutch hit that just couldn't quite be reeled in that time.
This is Sertel, the catcher. She walked in the 2nd inning and then flew out to center in the 4th.
So 1-1 is the count. So Sertel is 0 for 1 on the day with the walk. You may have just said that as I was talking to Miss Belinda. That pitch missing low for a ball. 2-1 now is the count.
Again, with 2 outs, just need to worry about batter here in this inning. Still got the 2-run lead.
So Sertel will dig in. Runner at first. That pitch outside for a ball. Got it 3-1 now is the count.
Cliff's going to take a moment just to gather herself and take a breath there. I think that one got away from her, rose up higher than she anticipated.
So tying run at the plate here for Wallace. Runner at first. There is 2 outs here in the inning in the top of the 6th. A flare that's going to go foul, and that should force the count to go full at 3-2. We'll see if the, umpire does agree. 3-2 is the count. So Cliff getting the signals from the side. She's got 10 Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Be clutch to find the 11th here. 3-2 pitch on its way. Fouled off. Nice job there by Sertel. That pitch was inside on her, but that area that's been called a strike consistently today, nice job of fighting that one off and keeping the at-bat alive here.
Yeah, doing what she could just to get a piece of it. It was a good pitch by Cliff.
So Cliff now will toe the rubber, getting set to deliver the 3-2 offering with 2 outs and a runner at first. That pitch just high that time. Couldn't get her to chase one. And that's going to be the second time today Sorrell has thrown a walk, and now the tying run is at first. And Coach Owens wants to take a timeout here to talk to his pitcher. Timeout on the field. Let's take it with him. And let's hear from Coke and be back with more right after this.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. No change made here in the circle as Coach Owens just bringing in Clift and the rest of the infield to talk things over here in this situation. You've got runners at first and second. Tying run is at first. And this is going to be Graves coming to the plate.
She's 0 for 2 so far. A sac bunt and a strikeout.
Cliff getting set to deliver the pitch. That one in there for a strike. Nice job.
I also think maybe the batter may have had a red light there just after the last 2 batters, seeing what the Cliff can do coming out of that last walk.
That pitch just a little high there. 1-1 now is the count. We really appreciate Brandy and Miss Belinda. They brought us some of the tailgate food here, and we'll
wonderful.
Try that out in between the games. As ICC trying to end the threat here. Runners on first and second. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Nice pitch there by Cliff to get ahead on the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. 3-1 ICC with the lead here in game 1 in the top of the 6th. This pitch popped up, and it's going to get out of play, and we'll sit at 1-2. When you start to hear the fans get into this one a little bit more, Michael, is intensity picking up.
Yeah, these students are really getting vocal. The bullpens are loud as well. I mean, the benches,
yep.
Bullpens, the dugouts. I'll get the word eventually.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch coming, and this one's going to be fouled off. Nice job finding a piece of that pitch to foul it back and out of play, and we'll sit at 1-2 once again. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Tying run at first base here for Wallace. We're in the top of the 6th. ICC with the 3-1 advantage. There's a grounder, shortstop. Can't find it. E6. And that's the second error of the inning here by the Indians. And Wallace is taking advantage of both of them. And a tough break there, because the last time they got a runner on, they scored. And so now the tying run is in scoring position here for Wallace. Still 2 outs in the inning, though.
Yeah, still opportunity to get out of this. Just everybody's got to take a breath and find a nice, clean, grasp of the ball when they come up with it there.
So with 2 away now, this is going to be Kelly coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. And so Cliff will take a deep breath and have to settle things down here. Bases full of Lions. 2 outs. Tying run at second here for Wallace. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Good start there.
Kelly that time was chasing a pitch that was a little outside, but as we said, that outside corner is hit or miss today, so you have to respect those type of pitches. There's a shot, but caught by the second baseman. Big time play there for the Indians to get out of the bases loaded jam. They get 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 3 left on base. What a play as we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. ICC leading it 3-1. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Enjoy.
Stuffed crust, buttery garlic spread. Little Caesars really stepped it up with their stuffed crazy crust.
They really jazzed it up. Yeah! They really plussed this crust up. They really dolled it up.
Everyone out my house. How did y'all even get in here?
The housekeeper gave me a key.
Order stuffed crazy crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC leading this one 3-1. Trying to see if they can pick up some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th after giving up 1 run there in the top half of the inning. Good job by Wallace, cashing in on a mistake by the Indians, and that's what you've got to do in these games. You've got to take advantage of opportunities given you, especially when someone's tossing it as well as Cliff has today with 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, it's been a very close game. Both teams have had one big inning that they've worked on to try to take advantage of.
This is Porter at the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Takes that first pitch, missing low and inside at 1 o'clock. Or excuse me, I said 1 o'clock. At 1-0 is the count. Somebody just asked me what time the stuff start tomorrow, so apparently my brain cannot function 2 things at once.
Well,
2-0 is the count.
Doing everything you're doing over there to make this show happen, you're doing about 8 things at once, so I think we can forgive you for that.
So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs for Porter. Good off-speed pitch there that just dropped at the knees. 2-1 now is the count. First game of the season here for ICC. They lead it 3-1 over Wallace here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a shot. Shortstop finds it, throws over, is in time. 6-3 for the putout. Good looking play there over by Phillips. Fundamentally sound. Just wrapped that one up and zipped it across for out number 1. So this will bring Marler to the plate. She is 0 for 1 today with a walk. She was replaced on the bases by Green in her previous at-bat. So she's going to try to get things started here for the Indians. This one popped up. It's going to come back and off the netting for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count here to the DP Marler. This one off the hands, and the catcher will go out and make the play. Great hustle out there by Sertel to come down the line and make the play for out number 2.
Yeah, she popped up quick and scooted down that line to get under that one.
So now this will be Brown, who doubled and scored a run in her first at bat. She was hit into a Little Caesars double play as takes that first pitch for a strike. Is like it might have hit the ground, but the umpire stood with the call, and it was one of those borderline calls. It was a 3 unassisted double play, as a matter of fact. Brown swings on this one a little late. It's going to foul it out of play. And now 0-2 is the count.
Brown also made that leaping catch there to end the 6th inning for Wallace and that threat they had with the bases loaded. So really contributing in all aspects today.
So 0-2 is the count. There is 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. ICC with a 3-1 lead. Good eye that time. Good pitch. See if you could get her to chase one that was tailing away from the batter. And so now the count. I've got it, 1-2. So the board had 2-2, but it is 1-2 now is the count. This one fouled off, and we'll stay at 1-2 once again here for Brown.
Fighting on that one to stay alive.
Remind you to stay tuned. We'll have the Renaissance Bank post-game report coming your way at the conclusion of this one. It's that pitch high and inside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. We'll have some stats being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Take a look at some replays from Little Caesars, and then we'll also name our Samstown Market star of the game, all part of the Renaissance Bank post-game report. That pitch missing inside, and it's a ball. 3-2 now is the count. Nice quality at bat here for Brown.
Yeah. Nice job to stand in on that one. I thought that one might have about to brush her, but stands her ground, doesn't back out.
So waiting the 3-2 pitch here, and it's high for a ball, and that was a great job by Brown. Fell behind 0-2, was able to battle back and draw the walk. That is the 4th walk of the day for Howard. And
going to have a pinch runner come in.
Let's see who they send into this situation for ICC. We've already seen Green enter to run once today.
Coach Munson over there grabbing a player.
That's going to be
16, Anna Marie Teal.
So Teal will come in to run in this situation. She's a multi-sport athlete here at ICC, a member of the women's soccer team. So she'll come in to run in this situation. ICC would love to spark a 2-out rally here, see if they can scratch across an insurance run. This is dangerous, but a nice job there. Second baseman got a good jump on that one to get the inning over with there. So ICC goes quietly in the bottom half of the 6th after Wallace picks up a run in the top half. 3-1. Indians away, 3 outs away from calling this one in game 1. Can they do it, or does Wallace have a little bit of rally in them? We'll find out when we come back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
AE drink Sprite? AE drink Sprite.
You want to hoop like Anthony Edwards? Practice. You want a refreshing drink? Obey your thirst. And I tried to tell him, man.
Oh, I know. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Enjoy.
Stuffed crust? Buttery garlic spread? Little Caesars really stepped it up with their stuffed crazy crust.
They really jazzed it up. Yeah! They really plussed this crust up.
They really dolled it up. Everyone out my house. How did y'all even get in here? The housekeeper gave me a key.
Order stuffed crazy crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the 7th inning. ICC leading it 3-0, but Lady Mo starting to shift a little bit the way of Wallace. So can ICC get the final 3 outs to be able to pick up the first win of the season, or does Wallace have a rally left in them here in the top of the 7th? Clift in the circle. Her first pitch missing high for a ball. 8-9-1 batters. This is where you want to be, though, if you're Wallace. You've got Smith, Burrs, and Jones due up here in the top of the 7th.
Clift's been able to get those 8-9 batters out twice each on strikeouts. This is foul territory.
Ball over, and we'll get the out for out number 1. Big out.
Indeed. Good play there by Grantham to slide over, keep that ball in her sight because it was very high. And with this overcast skies, she didn't lose it.
So 1 away now, and this is going to be Burrs coming to the plate.
Just 0 for 2 with the pair of strikeouts.
Is that pitch missing low for a ball? Man, she had a great play, robbing ICC of an extra base hit. That was back in, I think, the fourth inning. Yeah. Swing and a miss late on the fastball. 1-1 now is the count. Fifth inning is when that was.
Okay.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 7th. That pitch drifting high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Burrs and then Jones is on deck here for Wallace. Trying to find a way to rally back in this one. This one hit high, hit deep. Center fielder's going to go back and will squeeze it for out number 2. Sounded good for a second, but just got underneath that one there for out number 2.
Yeah, Adam, good. Nichols didn't have to make a lot of moves, just kind of drifted over there. Got underneath that one, squeezed it in nice.
So now with 2 outs, we go back to the top of the lineup here in Jones. 0 for 3 on the day, but she was robbed of a base hit on a nice play out there in left field by Graham earlier in the contest. As that pitch going to miss low for a ball, showed a slap attempt there as the third baseman charging in hard.
Yeah, defense is way in, outfielders only a few feet from the grass, infield in, looking for her to just try to do anything she can to get on base.
So 1-0. The count. Pitch coming from Cliff. That pitch finds the outer edge. 1-1 now is the count.
Wallace, coach at third base, did not like that call.
Said the corners have not been consistent today, but they've been consistently inconsistent for both pitchers.
And that is the fair thing.
Yeah.
It's going both ways.
That's what Steve Diffie likes to call it, consistently inconsistent. Beautiful bunt laid down. ICC's going to have to hurry, but not going to be there, and that's going to be an infield single. Third hit of the day, and Jones, man, she has got plenty of speed to burn. Has no issue getting down the line as ICC played it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a well-placed bunt as well, Adam. I mean, just right to where only the first baseman get it, had to charge in, and the second baseman had to try to cover. So, well-placed bunt and her speed, you're not going to beat that combination.
So this is going to be Thomas. She's somebody else that's got a lot of speed. Matter of fact, her speed forced ICC into an error last time that she was at the plate. She was eventually able to come around and score. The only run of the game so far here, but she represents the tying run with 2 outs here as he's going to call a strike on that first pitch. 0-1 is the count here to Thomas, the center fielder. That one outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count.
All the defense still playing shallow, playing in. Take away any chance of anything easy.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a runner at first. Tying run at the plate here for Wallace. That one's going to be pulled down the line and just foul. Boy, big time break there for the Indians as did a good job. Did Grantham to get a jump on the ball there, but that one, if it would have stuck down the line or bounced off the line, would have been tons of trouble. But now the count goes 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first here for Wallace in the top of the 7th. ICC trying to close the door on the rally here. Pitch coming, missing outside for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss when you got a pitch to burn.
Yeah, see if you can make her chase one there. It's tailing away from her as a left-handed hitter.
So 2-2 now is the count. Runner at first, Cliff getting set to deliver the pitch. As grounder to the third baseman, finds it, zips it over in time for the out. And ICC wins Game 1 at Andy Kirk Field by the final score of 3-1. We'll take a break and be back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report and more here from Fulton right after this.
Another great Saturday at college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next? So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score here in Game 1. ICC picks up the 3-1 win here over Wallace. Let's go back and look at some of the top plays from this Game 1 effort. And, Michael, your thoughts on Game 1?
Well, both teams played fairly evenly throughout the majority of the game. They both had one big inning. ICC able to really take advantage of the second inning and get their 3 runs there. Wallace coming back late, able to score 1 and threaten with the bases loaded in the 6th, but only able to get that one late base runner in the 7th, but ICC able to shut that down with great defense behind Clift, and her performance throughout the day of 10 strikeouts, keeping the Wallace batters off kilter has really made the difference in the game.
See some of those strikeouts here on part of the Little Caesars instant replays at the end of the game. Let's take a look at your final line in the contest. ICC 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. For Wallace, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, as ICC improves to 1-0 and Wallace falls to 2-1. Individual stats look like this. For Jones, she was 1 for 4 on the day with a single. As we mentioned, she was robbed of an extra base hit on a nice diving play by Graham out in left field. Thomas was 0 for 3 on the day. She did reach on an error, advance on a pass ball, and scored. Phillips was 1 for 3 on the day with a single and 2 strikeouts. Kaiser's was 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. She was also hit by a pitch. Sertel was 0 for 1 on the day, walked twice. Graves was 0 for 2 with an error. She also had a sacrifice bunt. Kelly was 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. Smith 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. And Burrs 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. For ICC, Duhan was 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. She stole 2 bases after she walked in her first at bat of the day. Nichols was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, and then it was McClendon that came in, and she was 0 for 1 on the day as well. Porter was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Marlar was 0 for 2 with a walk. You had Brown that was 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. She also walked on the afternoon. Shan's 0 for 3. Grantham 0 for 1. She walked, stole a base, and scored a run. Graham had a 2-run single. She was 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored as well. And McKnight 0 for 2. Pitching-wise for ICC, getting the win was Clift. She gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. She struck out 10, walked 2 to get the win. And, Michael, I do believe that's going to be our Samstown Market star of the game.
Yes, Alyssa did wonderfully on the mound today, keeping those batters offhand, working her way out of the jam early in and allowing her defense to pick her up in the later innings. But those 10 strikeouts were huge and made the difference for ICC.
We'll come back closer to about 3 o'clock with the start of Game 2. ICC wins it by the final score of 3-1. Fitting way to start the season on the newly dubbed Andy Kirk Field here in Fulton. Back with more in 30 minutes here on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday at college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next? So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.